Okay, we're going to look at the conjugation of regular verbs. What you're going to learn about regular verbs applies to all verbs that fall into the same category. So you're learning the conjugation of regular verbs that end in ER, but you're going to be able to apply that to all regular verbs that end in ER. I'm going to show you two examples, but in the list of verbs that you're going over, you found a whole host of other verbs for which the exact same thing applies. That's the beauty of these conjugation patterns. You can apply them for a whole host of verbs that follow the same pattern, that fall into the same group. And the group that we're looking at are called verbes réguliers on ER. When you talk about conjugating verbs, a couple of concepts are very important. First of all, you need to know what the infinitive form is of the verb. When you learn a verb on your word list, it is always given in the infinitive form. And the infinitive form gives you basically the meaning of the word. It doesn't tell you anything about the time or who does it. In our particular case, the infinitive form of the verb ends in ER. The other thing you need to know is crucial concepts like radical, which is your stem, and terminaison, which is your ending. Because you will always, once you have identified the stem, radical, you will add the necessary endings, terminaison, for the person you're conjugating for, or later on to indicate the tense. So, three important concepts. Infinitive, it's the unconjugated form of the verb. In our case, it ends in ER. Radical, which is the stem. Terminaison, which is the ending that reflects your subject. Notice that once I have put our subjects here and radical, that the radical, your stem, does not change. According to subject, your radical, your stem, stays the same. The only thing that will change is your terminaison, your ending. So let's take a look at these endings. Je parle. Tu parles. Il, elle parle. Nous parlons. Vous parlez. Il, elle parle. Je répète. Je parle. Tu parles. Il, elle, on parle. Nous parlons. Vous parlez. Il parle. Notice the four that are pronounced exactly the same. Je parle. Tu parles. Il, elle, on parle. Il, elle parle. So if you're not here, you must hear the subject or know from context who this verb is talking about. Let's repeat. Je parle. Tu parles. Il, elle, on parle. Nous parlons. Vous parlez. Il, elle parle. So let's look at another verb from that list, travailler. Infinitive, travailler. Radical, le stem, travail. Terminaison, ER. So let's look and see how this is conjugated. Okay, je travaille. Tu travailles. Il, elle travaille. Nous travaillons. Vous travaillez. Il, elle travaille. And so, again, you can hear these forms are pronounced the same. Je travaille, tu travailles, il, elle travaille, il, elle travaille. Répétez. Je travaille. Tu travailles. Il, elle, on travaille. Nous travaillons. Vous travaillez. Il, elle travaille. Now remember, all verbs, all regular verbs that end in ER are conjugated in that fashion. Kind of cool.